Yo, what's going on, guys? Clutch back again with another video for you guys. Before we do get into it, if you haven't already, please smash a like on the video, drop a comment if you have any questions, and please smash that sub button. We are about 190 away from 5,000 subs, and we are trying to hit there before Christmas. Also, if you are interested in having your weekly games played by me, Jamboo as well, one of the other owners, or one of our professional players, to get rank 1 rewards this weekend, visit improveyourrank.co.uk and use code CLUTCH to get 10% off. Do you want an amazing team like this? Visit the link in the description down below to get the cheapest and safest coins on FC24 and use code CLUTCH at checkout for 5% off. So guys, like I said, we are going to go into the tactics. It is the 5-4-1 formation. For me, the 5-4-1 is one of the best formations in the game, and it is 100% worth using, and we are going to talk through it now. So the defensive style is on balanced. This is mainly just down to the fact of I don't like to press with the 5-back, really. I just don't really feel that there's much benefit to it. It's more about us being defensively strong as possible and making sure we don't concede goals. We're not really trying to press higher and leave any gaps in behind. Now, our width is on 50. This is really just kind of choice dependent. But for me, when you have the three centre-backs, and the 2 wing-backs, the defensive is covered enough. So for me, I just leave it on the basic. I have tried 45, and 45 does still work well. It's just, if I'm trying to be optimum, I think probably 50 is the best all in all. Now, the depth is on 50. The depth is on 50, again, because I don't like to press with a 5-back. If you don't know about it, basically 71 depth means that you can press as much as you like, really without many repercussions when you're maybe using other formations. But for me, when I'm using a 5-back, I want to be able to basically keep the ball, defend as hard as I can, and not really try and have my players running around doing anything too crazy. And having 71 depth does mean that you kind of press and you're really trying to go at your opponent, and for me, that's just not what I'm trying to do. Now, the build-up play is on long ball. The only other option here would just be having it on balanced, but for me, when I am trying to play out the back, and with the lack of maybe some attacking options I have, sometimes you are going to need to just play a longer over the top ball. So I think long ball is definitely worth using for those situations. Also as well, with a left winger, right winger, you'll have wide options on where you can switch the play. It's just an all-round better way to play it if you are trying to be a bit quicker on the counter attack. And when I am at times trying to do that, long ball is a good way to do it. Now, I do have my chance creation on direct passing. This is mainly just down to the fact of not wanting to make our lives difficult. For me, direct passing is the best tactic on FC24 by far. What it does, if you're not aware, basically your players with high attacking positioning, higher sprint speed and acceleration, they make better in behind runs. So basically, when you basically run in behind, it just makes them 10 times better. It's just with FC24, with how meta it is and how broken it is with through balls. It just, for me, I just can't see why anyone would ever use anything else personally. I just don't really get it. It's the Head and Shoulders by far the best one to use. Now, the width is on 40 for our offensive width. This is mainly due to the fact of the left winger, right wingers. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know that I like for my wingers to cut inside. I like them to get a little bit more involved in those central areas, but starting from wide positions, I think it can make them really hard to defend, and it makes runs a lot harder to predict as well. And also, they just get in better goal scoring positions, which is the key to why we're using this, because we do need some extra attacking options with only having the striker, and then left wing, right wingers are probably our highest players up the pitch. Now, our players in the box is on 6. Now, this is to kind of, again, go hand in hand with all of our other offensive tactics in terms of getting bodies in the box, maybe bodies that wouldn't usually be in the box as well. Really just trying to commit a couple extra players forward and give ourselves the best chance of scoring goals on FC24. Now, our corners and free kicks are both on 2. This is mainly down to, again, trying not to concede any silly counter-attacks. It's so easy to get counter-attacks from set pieces, and it's my absolute pet peeve. So for me, I use these to make sure this doesn't happen. Also as well, with the corners on 2, you can use a really good set piece tactic where you basically play it short and then you can swing it to the back post, and usually you'll have a centre back there ready to tap your header in. Now guys, we are going to go on to the instructions. This is how I have my team laid out, and we're going to go straight into it. So our striker's instructions are pretty simple. They're pretty self-explanatory. We do just have him on stay central, getting behind. Obviously he's on stay central because as a central striker, this is the most deadly area of the pitch. This is where you can be your most threatening in terms of picking up the ball, doing dribbling, skill moves, making in behind runs. It's just the most deadly part of the pitch for your players to be in, and that's where we want our striker. And then we do also have him on getting behind as well, to make sure he makes those perfect in behind runs, to make it go hand in hand with long ball and direct passing as well. Basically, as you can see, the main goal here is to make the most of through balls. They're so busted, so why wouldn't you? Now, both of our centre midfielders are both on cover centre, getting to the box for cross. Both of them are on cover centre because, as you can see, we have left mid, right mid options, and we have left wing back, right wing back options. We don't need any extra help in the defensive, in the wider areas, sorry, in terms of defending. So we just want them on cover centre. And we do have both on getting to the box for cross. This is mainly, again, due to the fact of the lack of attacking options we do have. So we do want our midfielders to be box-to-box style midfielders where they do have some shooting attributes, some dribbling attributes, some passing as well, really to try and help us score goals as well. They're going to be making some late runs, popping up in the box. And as you can see, we don't have either of them on stay while attacking, again, because of what I just stated about how we want them to get a little bit more involved in the attack. Now, I do have my left mid and right mid on come back on defence, cut inside, get in behind, get into the box for cross. We do have both of them on come back on defence, so when we do defend, it just makes us as hard as possible to break down. Obviously, you'll see with the instructions with our fullbacks as well that they will come forward, so it does mean that we do need our wingers to be mindful of that and be a bit more defensive as well. Some people will look at this and think because they're on come back on defence, it means they won't attack, which is completely untrue. They will still 100% bomb forward and give you great attacking options. It just means when we are defending, they will sit back still and be defensive. Now, we do have them again on cut inside, just to make sure that they make those central runs, like I spoke about with my offensive width. Oh, sorry guys. I spoke about my offensive width. I do want them to come inside and basically make sure we can try and score as many goals as possible. I don't want them hanging out on the wings and not really doing anything. I want them in those attacking positions. And then we do have both again on getting behind. This is again to make the most of direct passing and also long ball, to make sure we make those perfect in behind runs to try and score as many goals as possible. And then we do again have them on getting to the box for cross. Again, it makes sense to be available again for goal scoring positions, be available for back post crosses, cutbacks. We want them as available as possible. So we do have all three of our centre backs on default instructions. Then we do have both of our wing backs simply on overlap. Obviously, where we have so many defensive options, we can't afford to have these not on stay but while attacking, so they don't need to sit back. And what we do have them on is overlap. This is so when our left mid and right mids do cut into the central space, they will run basically around the sides of them and just give us even more attacking options going forward. And it just means that we can really overload our opponents with bodies. When they may only have 5-6 people back, we're going to have 7 or 8 people running forward. And then I do have my keeper on comes for crosses, sweeper keeper. This is to make sure that basically we don't concede any silly goals. Make sure that our keeper's ready to come and sweep the ball up for through balls. Make sure he's available to come and claim crosses as well, because it's so annoying when your keeper just stands there and watches the ball when he could have caught it and some attacker just heads it in at the back post. So yeah, guys, like I said, please like the video, drop a sub if you haven't already, and if you're interested in having your weekly games played, visit improveyourrank.co.uk, use code CLUTCH to get 10% off.